Hello and welcome to the show. My name is John and today we're talking about a new smartwatch. Now, smartwatches is a segment of tech that I'm really into, and that's proven by the fact that I've been using an Apple Watch for the past 2 years on my wrist day in and day out. As a matter of fact, the product that we're checking out today wasn't even on my scope and I wasn't even intending to buy it until an offer came up and I was really interested in it because I saw how much potential this product had. Well, needless to say, that experiment ended up with me actually ditching the Apple Watch for this watch that I'm checking out today. And let's see why. And I'm going to begin with the design. Well, I wanted a watch that looked, well, more like a watch and less than a computer strapped on your wrist. And well, Garmin has done an exceptionally good job with a Garmin Fenix 5 Plus. Now, the version that I have here and I'm checking out and I'm showing to you is the stainless steel version with the sapphire display. So it is a bit more rugged and you do get to have a bit more, less, let's say, prone to something like a scratch if you knock it against a wall or something along those lines. Now, given that this is a 47mm case watch, it might feel a bit big at first, especially if you have smaller wrists or you have been used to wearing smaller watches. However, I would recommend that you actually go out and see if the watch fits yourself in a first-hand tryout, instead of just saying and assuming from pictures, let's say on the website or from videos like this one, that the watch is too big, because you might be wrong. However, if you do feel that this is very big for you, then there is a 42mm variant as well. And also, if you feel that this is too small for you, there is a 51mm variant as well for you. So Garmin pretty much has you covered, no matter whether your wrist is small or big. You pretty much have a watch that will fit your needs. Now, given that this watch doesn't have a touch interface, you will find 5 buttons surrounding the case of the watch. At the back of the device, you will also find a heart rate monitor, because it can keep track of your heart rate not only during activities, but also during your everyday life, because it constantly measures your heart rate. Overall, I'd say that the watch looks pretty nice, and as I said in the beginning, it's a watch that has smart features and connects to your phone and actually looks like a proper rugged watch that no matter what you do with it, it's not going to be destroyed. And I overall really like the build quality as well as the overall feel it gives you on the wrist. In addition to that, Garmin has made a nice little touch by including an interchangeable band system. So if this black rubber band that the watch ships with doesn't really fit your style, or you just want to change and simply get yourself a fresh pair of bands, the changing of the band is really easy. However, one complaint I have right now is the fact that because only Garmin makes bands and there are no third-party manufacturers, or at least not that many quality third-party manufacturers, the prices for those said bands are actually a bit higher than you would expect. Now, moving on to the functionality, if you're not a tech savvy, it might feel a bit intimidating at first. I mean, it's a watch with 5 buttons and you do feel like the menus are going to be cramped and hard to navigate. However, this is absolutely not the case. During your first hours of use with the watch, you will pretty much get used to all the features and you're going to be good to go within the first day or 2 of using it. You're going to be able to navigate around everything with no problem. As a matter of fact, I had more of an issue when setting up the watch because it would straight up deny to sync with my phone. However, this is just a problem that was easy to resolve because I just had to restart the watch. Not a great experience when you get a new device, especially during your first hours of use. However, I was happy that I was able to overcome the problem through some research on the internet. Not though something that the average consumer will want to experience when he gets this watch. Now, Garmin Fenix watches were originally designed for runners and only, because they featured many activity tracking features aimed to runners. However, this is not really the case anymore, because this thing has a ton of activities that you can do with it, plus connected features with your phone. It's actually the first watch that I've seen to have paddleboarding tracking on the water, and that pretty much surprised me, and I wish I had it in the summer because I am doing that sport and I wish I was able to track it. Now, in addition, as I said, it has some smart functionality as well. You can get notifications, the weather, and things like that from your phone fetched on the watch and get them on demand. Now, it's not something like the Apple Watch's Taptic Engine or anything like that, because every time I get a notification, especially a message, I just get my entire hand buzzing, and if the watch is in contact with any kind of surface, it will actually go ahead and vibrate the entire surface just like an old phone. Something I don't really like and I would like to see changed at the next iteration of the watch. However, it's nice to have those smart features. Now, being a Garmin device, it also has GPS, GLONASS, as well as Galileo tracking. Now, GLONASS is tracking in the entire world. Galileo is the equivalent of that in the Europe region, and overall it's good to have all kind of features. So you got great coverage through GPS if you want to track your runs or simply navigate yourself around a place, because yes, this thing has maps built in. Now the Garmin Fenix 5 Plus, which I have over here, is the watch that brings not only Bluetooth connectivity but also Wi-Fi connectivity on your watch. Now this is good because you can actually use Spotify, SoundCloud, Pandora, services like this one, and actually download music playlists on your wrist, so you can have them and use them with a pair of Bluetooth earbuds or headphones right from the watch, so you don't need to carry your phone when going for a run, for example. Now last but definitely not the least, battery life on this watch is also quite nice. It easily lasts about 2 to 3 days. I mean, I only charged it today, and the last time I had charged it was last week, so pretty much you won't really find the typical problem that other smartwatches from Samsung or Apple have, which is pretty much having to charge them overnight, because this thing can actually do sleep tracking as well, which is pretty handy, particularly if you have any bad sleeping habits that you want to change. Now this watch does come with an accompanying app that you will use on your phone. From there you can do pretty much everything that you would want to control from the watch. You can sync up Garmin Pay, because yes, this thing does support NFC if you want to sync your cards and simply pay with things contactless. You can also do things like set goals, keep track of your activities, keep track of your steps, sleeping, all things like that through some very easy to navigate screens. You can also control various settings and also gain access to Garmin's Connect store, which is not only where you will find applications but also a bazillion of watch faces if what you have right now on the watch is not something that you would like. So it's time to reach a conclusion. Is this watch worth it? Well, the short answer to this question is absolutely yes. If you like a watch that you want to have some connected features, it looks nice and it also looks rugged and classy at the same time, and you also want to have it for your day-to-day use and do some activity tracking as well, then this is definitely the watch for you. Is it those $700 worth it? Well, that's highly debatable, and you really need to take account on what you would use this watch for. You see, I found it a really good deal, and that's why it came onto my radar and I wanted to try it. However, if you don't really think that you're gonna take advantage of the bazillion of activities that you can track with this watch, or the smart notifications, which are not really the main reason you'd want to buy this watch, then I would say that you would steer clear of it simply because it has a heavy price tag. But if you familiarize yourself with the price tag and you still want the watch, then you will definitely not be disappointed. By the way guys, that's about it for me in this video. If you like it, a like rating would be appreciated, and also if you feel like this is the type of content you like, you will also want to subscribe, because I upload weekly videos which are tech oriented. By the way guys, my name has been John, and I'll see you again in the next video. Goodbye.